Everyone is going crazy about Jingliu right now, and with good reason, because she is looking like the best DPS in the game, and this is coming from a Danny Boy main. So needless to say, she is very, very strong. And even though Jingliu's banner is really good, in this video I'm going to talk about a few things to consider before you empty your stash and potentially miss out on a good unit that you can add to your team later on. They have already announced the next 3 5-star characters that are going to be coming to the game in 1.4 and 1.5. Next up we got Topaz and Numbi, pre-farming guide for that coming very soon. And we also got announced Huohuo, Ohoho, Ohoho, however you want to call it, and Argenti. Now we don't know much info about the banners themselves, but for 1.5 we do know that we're also getting a new 4-star physical harmony character called Hanya. Now if we follow Star Rail's new 4-star character release trend, they seem to always release a 4-star at the second part of the update. For example, we got Yukong alongside Luocha in 1.1, we got Luca with Kafka in 1.2, Lynx with Fushuan in 1.3, and we already know we're getting Guanaifin with Topaz and Numbi on 1.4. So we can expect Hanya to be released on the second part of 1.5 alongside Argenti. Now, why all this talk about Hanya, I summon? Well, I had a dream that Hanya will be another broken 4-star support that will join the likes of Ting Yun in terms of buff and value she will bring to your team. For those of you who are missing Bronya, for example, and you're looking for another really good support character to run, Hanya will be a really amazing unit to aim for. Now, pulling on a banner to get a 4-star character is very, very risky, but if you're struggling with supports, odds are that you don't have your teams already set in stone, and if you end up pulling Argenti, then you'll have a decent DPS to work with as well, so I see it as a win-win. At least for me, I will be saving my jades in my main account for at least 1 copy of Hanya, and on my free-to-play account, which we stream multiple times a week at twitch.tv/isummonYT. I will do a few summons on Ho-Ho because I really need a healer. All I have to work with is Natasha, so I will have to see how lucky or unlucky I get in those banners, but I really need a healer on my free-to-play account. In between me recording this video and actually editing it, I ended up pulling a Lynx on a single pull from the standard banner. So I guess what I said about Ho-Ho is not valid because I don't need to pull on Ho-Ho anymore because I got myself a Lynx, got extremely lucky. So yeah, back to the video. And I also need another support in Hanya. So I guess we'll see how it goes. So the way I see it, if you're an early game free-to-play player, then the banner I would recommend summoning on would be Jingliu because 1, you have the best DPS in the game. 2, you have one of the best support characters in the game. And then 3, you can get your secondary DPS character in QQ because QQ is also one of the best DPS units of the game. So I would focus on the Jingliu banner first and foremost, how I did in my free-to-play account. And I would even advise you to go and summon as much as you can until you get a copy of Jingliu if you are an early game or mid-game free-to-play player, because yes, she is that good. Then you can save the rest of your jades for 1.4 because honestly, Topaz and Numbi is not unless you really like the design and the playstyle of Topaz and Numbi, I don't recommend summoning for them. She's more of a luxury pull if you ask me. Now, if you're early enough like myself and you also need a healer because you didn't get lucky pulling Lynx or Bailu, I would suggest also summoning on Ho-Ho because Ho-Ho's looking like a really nice dealer, and then if you're able to pull that off, then you have a really nice healer to go alongside the best DPS in Jingliu. Obviously, if you have a Bailu or a Lynx, as I mentioned before, you don't need to summon on Ho-Ho. This is only for the people who only have Natasha to work with, such as myself currently in my free-to-play account. So I would cop my copy of Jingliu and then wait to see what 1.6 has in store for us and then make a good choice then. Now, if you're a mid to late game free-to-play player, then the choice is a bit more nuanced because it really depends on what you like and what you already have in your account. If you already have one top tier DPS, then you really don't need Jingliu or Argenti. The same way, if you have a Fushuan or Luocha, then you really won't need Ho-Ho. But one character that will benefit every account probably is going to be Hanya. So you may want to drop a few summons to see if you get lucky and you're able to pull yourself a copy of Hanya. So to summarize, if you need a DPS, you summon for Jingliu. If you need 1 or 2 DPS, you can summon a Jingliu banner because you have Jingliu and then QQ, or you can also wait and summon for Argenti and then do a 2-for-1, and then you can possibly pull for Argenti and also Hanya. If you need a healer and or a support, if you need both, then Ho-Ho is pretty much that for you. He's going to do a little bit of both, at least in the dream I had. And then you only need a support and you have enough healers and you just go for Hanya. Then again, all of this is subject to change because we don't know what 1.6 is going to look like, but that is pretty much a TLDR for this one. I'm gonna catch you all next time, guys. See ya.